We're on.
We're on.
Holy shit. What the hell's going on? How's it going? Welcome to Class in Session. It's another week. Last week was pretty fucking good. I hope everybody had a great weekend and is looking forward to another great weekend. If you are in Vancouver this weekend, go see Devil Driver and Trivium. They'll rip your head off for sure. So you might want to wear a helmet and a neck brace. Now, we've got a bunch of music sorted out for the show, and this pretty interesting video that was sent to me from, I think it was Snow 420. I want to say thanks a lot for your support, and thanks for shooting me a message on Class in Session 666. Fucking A. So let's play this this video. This is an interview with former Premier of British Columbia, Bill Vander Zalm. And I just learned about this guy about 5 minutes ago. Now,
he also led the what the heck? He also led the GST referendum.
The GST referendum?
Yeah, he led that charge that had the GST revoked in BC.
Interesting. So he's a bit of a freedom fighter, it seems, and it's no wonder he's not premier anymore. They don't like that shit. And Bill's gonna tell you what's going on with this whole thing. So he was premier of British Columbia from '86 to '91, and this is an interview. It's about 15 minutes long. And I'm going to smoke some Swerve.
I first got involved in politics, it's about 45 years ago now. And I was involved at the local level, enjoyed it very much as a councillor and then a mayor of Surrey. And after that I became involved provincially. And I served in 3 ministries as Minister of Social Services, Municipal Affairs and Education, and then became the Premier. I look back and I realized that when I first became involved in politics, there was an indemnity, there were benefits, but it was reasonable. It was more than what the chimney sweeper got, but it was less than an engineer, lawyer, or an accountant. Today, that's not so anymore. So we were there because we had a commitment to the people and to wanting to help the people. And you didn't get a pension unless you served X number of years, and then you had to contribute. All of that changed over the years. Now the pay is big time. The benefits are tremendous. The pensions are big, and they get them very quickly. So people are getting elected, not so much because they want to serve the people anymore. It's oftentimes the pay, the benefits, the pension. And when that happens, that becomes the important thing. It becomes a self-serving thing, and they're no longer there for the people.
In 1986, a world-class city greets the world. But Vancouver's success will not be measured during the few months of Expo or in buildings left behind. Our success will be in the permanent jobs we create and the lasting impressions we share with our visitors.
I think the people are being left out of the process. Government has lost complete contact with the people. It's a mess. And the average person out there, if you ask them, do you really trust the government? They'll say no. A whole lot of them, a large percentage, whether it's here or Ontario or elsewhere in Canada, I think a lot of people have lost their trust in government, which is really sad, because the government is supposed to be there to represent the people. They're elected to do things on our behalf and to communicate with us. That's all gone. So we've seen the cost of government increase enormously, and we've reached a point where really the bureaucracy and the elite are in charge. And the politicians are simply oftentimes a tool for the elite and the bureaucrats. So as a result of that, we saw the introduction of the HST by Gordon Campbell, the then Premier, and he simply one day announced it and said, we're going to have HST. We've reached an agreement with the federal government. We're going to have HST, value-added tax, in this province. And I sat and watched television when the announcement was made, and I said, this is crazy. Every premier, every finance minister for years fought against that because they said it was wrong for the people. It penalized the guy, the gal that packs the lunch bucket and goes to work every day, and the benefit flows to the big corporations. All business had a benefit, including myself, but most of it went to the big corporations. I said, this is wrong. That's why we fought it. So I agreed to take on the lead to fight the HST. And I had a few people join me. We had a small board. This was the war room. We met here quite regularly and developed a strategy. Everybody said it can't be done. The legislation, which was introduced by myself or my government at the time, the legislation for initiative and referendum, but the rules were written by the NDP, and I don't think the NDP had as much a hand in it as the bureaucrats again, and they didn't want controls. They didn't want, for the people to have a say in the process is very awkward for politicians and bureaucrats. So they wrote the rules thinking it will never work anyway, so we're safe with this. We fooled them, it worked. So we were successful in that, and I see it, the HST and the smart meters, as a part of globalization. It's all moving towards global government, and the worst government is the government furthest away. Starts at the top. The worst government is the federal government because you can't talk to them. You can't get through the door. You can't talk to anybody. The next worst government is the provincial government. You can't get to them. You can't get through the door. And if a premier or a minister becomes too available to the people, the bureaucracy will cut them off and somehow get rid of them. There's ways to handle that. The best government is local government. But the local government gets the least amount of money. The most money goes to the federal government, then the provincial government, and the local government gets the least amount. So it should be reversed. However, they're now trying to move towards global government. So that's the next worry, and that's where I see this all fitting in. So the next thing that came on my plate was smart meters. I had a meeting in this room with people that were wanting to fight smart meters. And I said, well, you can't have a petition because the rules were written that you can only have a petition. The democratic process is only allowed to work once every 3 years. So we couldn't have a petition. But anyway, they fought it. I fought it. I have a notice on my analog meter saying, don't install a smart meter, hands off, I don't want you here. And I locked the door. So I still have my analog meter. Now the government's come back and said, you keep your analog meter, but we're going to charge you extra every month for having it, which is crazy. But the smart meters were introduced exactly the same way. The government came out and said, we've committed $1 billion to install smart meters in every home in the province. And I said, well, you know, it's crazy. They don't have enough money for autism. They don't have enough money for health care. They don't have enough money for handicap. They don't have enough money for all things, but suddenly they can find $1 billion on smart meters when the analog meters work fine. What's happening here? So with a little research, I found out that really the smart meters allows them to spy on people. They can put little chips, and they will have. Every appliance we buy in future will have a little chip that communicates with the smart meter, and some smart guy with a computer in Vancouver will figure out exactly what I'm doing from day to day, when I'm here, when I'm gone, what time I come back, what time I go, when I eat, the whole bit. It'll all be available to them if they want to use it. They say, we don't want to use it. We're not going to use it for that. But how do we know?
Is that literally this Big Brother type of Orwellian world?
Yeah. It was all foretold. It was supposed to happen much earlier, but it's been foretold. I think in part too, sports has become the biggest religion in Canada. the hockey game is probably the biggest religion going. So a hockey game and a bottle of beer is more important than chemtrails or smart meters or HSD and all of those things, which is sad. That's going to change one day, but not until things get very bad. People should not follow what it is they're necessarily being told by big media. The mainstream media is terrible. Mainstream media used to be pretty good. When I was there, I couldn't blow my nose without there being a big controversy. But that's all gone away. The mainstream media is now kowtowing to various elite groups as well, and they're all owned by very few people anyway. So the mainstream media hasn't been reporting on this. They've been ignoring the issue. I don't think they can ignore local politicians once they begin to speak out.
Now, you mentioned as part of these protests and rallies that people are interested in is the decriminalization of marijuana. And right now, Justin Trudeau is beginning to kind of lean towards this idea of possibly legalizing marijuana. I'm wondering what are your views on the differences between legalization versus decriminalization?
Well, I think marijuana is so commonplace right now in North America. Well, not just North America, probably most of the Western world. I think it's so commonplace that to ignore it with laws and not do something, whatever it is, I don't know, but not to simply ignore it is not the answer. It's crazy that somebody caught with a marijuana cigarette should end up being a criminal, so they can't go across the border, or all sorts of other things that result from that. It's crazy. So there's changes to be made, but perhaps not all at once. Perhaps not all at once. That may be the best way to go. Well,
I do know it's a billion-dollar industry here, particular in BC. Colorado State and Washington recently, took these moves to legalize, decriminalize. Why do you think BC, especially with sharing borders there, are not kind of following suit and starting to?
Well, of course, they're having a vote in BC. They're doing an initiative petition right now, which could lead to a referendum vote. And the people that are organizing it say there's lots of support. I don't think it's quite as simple as HST issue wasn't simple, but 705,000 people signed the petition. I don't know if it would be that easy with decriminalizing marijuana. It might be a lot more difficult. So they're having quite a battle on their hands. But decriminalizing marijuana is not really a provincial issue. It's a federal issue. So there's problems with it, but okay, the people that are pushing for it, I give them full marks. They're fighting for it. No problem. I'm okay with that. Especially if they're having a referendum and the majority say it's okay, then who are people in government to go against it?
Mm-hmm. Are you hopeful that we'll see a change in the right direction in that regard?
Well, the right direction, I think the criminalization of marijuana is criminal in itself. I'm sorry. It's stupid to put a criminal record on somebody for that reason. Both Campbell and McGuinty had an agenda, and they were both, and Mr. Harper, our Prime Minister as well, are people that are inclined to support globalization. Right. So there was a common thread. They're all interested in globalization. Our Premier, Mr. Campbell, even went to a secret Bilderberger conference at taxpayers' expense in Spain. And nothing should be secret. And especially if the taxpayers are paying for it, it shouldn't be secret. But that's what's happening. Right. That's the way they're heading. And I guess the reason is that if they can get everybody hooked on beer and hockey, then they're easy to handle and manipulate.
Right. Last question.
And I like a good hockey game, and I don't even mind a bottle of beer. But it's when that becomes more important than the issues, we've got problems.
I once questioned Paul Martin about his Bilderberg attendance, and his response to that, when I asked him why he went, he said, just because I go to a Maple Leafs game doesn't mean I'm a Maple Leafs fan. And I think he had that answer prepared, because just trying to brush off Bilderberg. I questioned former Premier of Ontario about his Bilderberg attendance as well. Now we have Alison Redford being a member of Bilderberg.
Bilderberg started where I was born. As a matter of fact, about 10 miles or less from my home in Holland. That's where it started, the whole Bilderberg thing. But it's a secret society dealing with public issues and influencing the direction of public affairs. And when a group meets to influence direction of public affairs, and it's done in secrecy, it's criminal. They're the ones that should go to jail. We live in an age now where with computers, there's no reason for a bunch of people to meet secretly and make decisions in Victoria. They can get the pulse of the people very quickly. And I learned very early on that you may not always agree with the general population when you propose something and they oppose it, but they're always right. They're never wrong.
In terms of groups like Bilderberg who are pushing for more globalization and bringing the world together on kind of the bigger picture in regards to globalization, what do you think the end game is? What is the goal? What are these guys trying to do?
The end game, and this will sound like I'm being a conspiracy theorist, I'm not, but the end game, in my mind, is control. Everything's about control. If you follow the money, follow politics, you'll find it's all about control. If we don't stop it, we're going to end up, at least my children's children, perhaps it may not happen right away, but given 25, 30, 40 years, we're going to end up with everything being controlled. There's nothing we can do as an individual or as a family without the government having a hand in it. It's all about control.
Serious shit.
Oh. Now you're in.
That's some serious fucking shit there. When you have guys like that starting to talk about what's going on, you know something is going on. That guy's not a babbling idiot that's stuck in his parents' basement with a diet of potato chips and Pepsi, going crazy and sketched out on the computer looking for conspiracies. No, that's a very learned man who's experienced politics for 45 years and has seen this evolution of the takeover. So you really got to start thinking it's time to start community groups and start governing your own community, and then like even fuck the whole municipality. Who gives a fuck what the city's saying? Start taking your own community and saying, this is our community, and this is how we want to govern our community, and send a message to the city, and then hopefully that'll change. That'll start a ripple of change. I think it's time that we start doing things to, I guess, to undermine this plan. It's fucked. And these people think in long term. Like, they didn't just wake up 10 years ago and say, hey, this is what we want to do. This shit started 100 years ago. They think in multi-generational gain, and it's not done in a few years. So it's really time. I've spoken about this before. Our generations are relatively short right now. We're looking at a 20-year span, 15 in some cases, between generations, and all it takes is 4 generations to change an ideology. So let's just start now. That's like 60 to 80 years. Who the fuck can't, you know what I mean? Let's start teaching your children that what they're doing is wrong. That all of this fucking these fucking stupid thumb boxes and all of these social distractions that they've given us are there specifically as social distractions. Social monitoring, all of this social networking is not social networking, it's social monitoring. All of this stuff. It's crazy. Even this show. I mean, we broadcast on the internet, totally monitored. NSA fucking, I'm sure, is like, has documents, all of the monitoring organizations. And it's not just because of the show, it's just because it's a show that broadcasts on the internet. We could be talking about puppets and they would still be monitoring us. It doesn't fucking matter what you talk about. If you're doing it in this forum, they've got their thumb on this pulse. So my message is it's pretty clear. Fucking, just change your algorithm so that they're misreading your pulse. That's all we can do. So that's a pretty heavy duty video. I want to say thanks to Snow420 for sending that to me. And if anybody else has some cool shit they want to send, whether it's political or just stupid funny shit or grow oriented shit, cool music, if you got a good band you wanna say, hey, check this out. Classinsession666 at gmail.com. Yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys. I want to give a shout out to Big Z in Winnipeg. Thanks for dropping me a line. Good to hear from you, brother. It's been a good 5 years. That's pretty fucked up. Who needs Facebook? So let's play a video. Do we have to play them in order?
No.
Oh, no? Wicked. Let's play Deathbound.
Deathbound.
Mastodon. This is a cool fucking video. And I'm going to rip some of this Seedman's Haze full melt out of this Cheech bong. Got to meet Cheech and DJ from Cheech Glass, and they're really changing, they're changing approach to affordable glass. It's no longer shitty. I'm a Ruhr whore. I fucking love high-end glass. I don't smoke out of Chinese pipes. Just no offense to Asian manufacturers or and anything in that direction, but usually Chinese bongs suck. They're just shitty knockoffs that are mass produced in poorly designed factories with people that are making pennies. They're literally, here's some fucking rice, go make 10,000 more bongs, slave. And I have to say, Cheech has kind of changed that a little bit. He owns his own factories in China, so he's in full control of the quality, all of that stuff. He knows he's not going to get ripped off by outsourcing his stuff. Here you go, and then it ends up like on the market. There's a million other ones that are coming out of 10 different factories in China. He's a smart guy, and what he does is he's done something, in my opinion, kind of unprecedented. He's using like the high-end borosilicate. He's using really top quality joints. Like most of these glass-on-glass joints cost 15 to 25 cents when you buy them in bulk, and you just fuse them onto whatever glass you're doing. I mean, everybody does it. Ruhr does it, Toro, all of the big guys. These ones are like between $3 and $4, these joints, and that's like buying huge 10,000 lots of them and shit. So he's using good gear, and it's like the base of this is 7 mils, the stem is 5 mils. The only thing I can say about this is I wish the stem was a little fatter rather than having such a narrow chamber, because if it was a fatter chamber, we'd be able to put a little more water in it and not get the same backsplash. There's a little bit of backsplash, great amount of suction with no drag, which I can't quite figure out, and it's I don't know, just really good quality glass. That's all, and fucking affordable. So I look forward to seeing more stuff from Cheech, and then I look forward to seeing what the competitors start doing, because he's gonna step up. Just like how when Kush entered the commercial market in Vancouver or in British Columbia, before that there was like shitty, like the Jammers, the Beasters. Lots of people grew Hemp Star, lots of people grew Juicy Fruit, and these are really bulky weeds that have some great bag appeal with no buzz. And when Purple Kush and Green Crack and OG and stuff entered the commercial market in BC, and all the growers started ditching those shitty Holland strains and embracing these California strains, it really stepped up the game for the commercial market. And sure, there's like some really unsmokable Purple Kush on the market, and there's always going to be that, but it stepped up the quality of just generic, everyday, blue-collar street weed. And this is going to do the same thing in the glass world. It's going to force all of those Chinese producers to step up the quality of their glass, or their stuff is going to be so cheap that nobody will want to buy it. It'll be like a great album that goes on sale for $3.99 and just it's in the bargain bin. Nobody is like, oh no, I don't even look in the bargain bin. There's something with pricing and and quality. People think if you pay a high price, you're getting the best quality possible. And if you pay a low price, too low of a price, they become skeptical of the quality. And I think that's where Cheech has it. He's got a great price point, and when people just even lift this thing up, they're going to be like, holy fuck, that's got some weight to it. So I'm going to hit out of this right now. Those guys may or may not be stopping by. Very interesting dudes. Cheech used to be a jeweler, so he's going to talk a little bit about that if they do have time. They're staying way the fuck out of town, so we'll see what happens.
The sound.
We're having problems.
This,
There, is that it? Draft
no,
combo?
instead of Mastodon Deathbound, there's no sound coming from here.
Really?
Yeah, there was no sound coming from the video for some reason.
From the Vander Zalm video as well?
No, that one was fine. The
Okay.
Mastodon Deathbound, so I'm going to look for another one.
All right, we're going to look for another Mastodon Deathbound because you guys got to see this video. It's fucking awesome. That's weird. I was playing it this morning on my shitty PlayStation
Really?
YouTube access.
It just had like a scene from Mr. Rogers.
Well, it's not Mr. Rogers. It's a kind of a reenactment, and that's how it starts.
Okay,
And
but there was no sound.
Do you have sound on the laptop?
That's what I was getting it from.
No, I know, but did you turn the speakers on?
Yes. Yeah, the speakers are on.
I mean, I do that sometimes with my guitars.
The speakers are on. No, there was no
I'll be
sound.
really
Well, anyways,
stoned. I'll
whatever
turn my
sound.
amp on,
I
and I'll
think-
fucking be like,
I think I found the one that we
oh
need,
wait, it's not
so
plugged in.
Here we go. Let's give this one a shot.
All right, we're gonna do a little test run here. How's it going?
It's working.
How's it going now? All right. That's such a great video. This is what's happening in the Magic Kingdom right now. So we're gonna have a new thing coming to class in session every 2 weeks. It's called the Animal Yard, and it's my good bros in Winnipeg, the Filthy Animals, Big Bear, the founder and the keeper of the Deep Cave family, and yeah, they're putting together kind of a hip-hop oriented segment, doing a lot of interviews and stuff like that, reviewing some up-and-coming independent shit. Should be good. They're a bunch of crazy bastards, so be prepared to laugh your asses off, because it's kind of like the Canadian Beavis and Butthead. I don't want to really say that. That's insulting. They're way cooler than that. Wow. Cheech Glass is pretty nice. So it's about that time where I take a really nice chunk of full melt and eat it. Because that's what I've been doing lately. This fucking mole behind my ear, I'm going to show some video of that next week. It's unreal what's happening. Okay, I showed you guys how gross it was. It was like the size of a fucking pencil eraser and like yellow and full of this slimy weird stuff. Yeah, well it's now like back down. It's not as red as it was, and the back half of it towards my hairline is like almost flat against my skin. I'm telling you, in like 15 years it hasn't been that fucking... It's crazy what cannabis does. So I encourage everybody... I'm going to come up with, I've come up with, it's kind of like a preventative, like a marijuana maintenance program. And you do it for 30 days every, 4 or 5 months. And I think it'll keep a person from, I'm not going to say cancer-free, but I think it'll keep a person from contracting serious ailments. Yeah, and if you do contract a serious ailment, I believe it's not going to be as serious as it would have been. So, here's to cannabis. Thanks to the trichome. Oh, yeah. Now, the wicked thing about hash eating is if you heat it up, you get really stoned like eating cookies. But if you just eat chunks like this, it's a whole different buzz. It starts off, you get a little bit kind of jittery about half an hour after you eat it, and then it's like, it just comes in stages as your stomach acids break it down and you metabolize what's coming out of it. Yeah, it's way different than eating cookies or anything like that. I find there's a lot more clarity to it. I do get a shit whack of energy from it. Yeah, it's just all around awesome. I'm doing another hash rip. So I've got a bunch of weed here. I've got this crazy fucking swerve. This thing is such a mutant plant. Now, we were given this swerve PK quite a long time ago. And I couldn't find like any real defining information on what exactly it was. But what I did find was a pretty convincing story about how it's a purple Pakistani, also known as the Garberville purple. Hang on for a second. Now, this stuff is extremely hairy. Insane foxtails that grow off it that just don't seem to stop. I think you could flower this shit for 14 weeks and it's still gonna grow white pistils and big foxtails. It's very interesting. And as it grows for something that's so wispy, it's pretty dense. has a flavor like pepper and kind of like dark cherry, or I don't even know. some kind of grape-ish thing. Very good buzz. Nice weed. So that's kick-ass. Now I also have some Holland hazy kind of shit, which is really good actually.
Now it is, yeah. Yep. Yep.
So, the stuff you just looked at is, it can be purchased as Jack Herrera, it can be purchased as Super Silver Haze, it can be purchased as, I think Oasis Haze, Northern Lights Skunk Haze, a few different names. It's pretty good when it's grown right. I've seen a lot of shitty batches of that. Stuff that just doesn't burn because it's got such a weird metabolism and there's so many phenotypes, and if you don't pick the right one, you're doomed. But these guys picked the right one, and it's fucking nice, I have to say. But I'm gonna smoke some more hash. Where is my... There it is. So, beer and hockey, eh? That's pretty crazy. Join the Neo-Canadian Church. You get a free pair of skates, a 6-pack of Molson Canadian, and a free subscription to Hockey Night in Canada pay-per-view events. So the Neo-Canadian Church wants you. Sign up and get your number today.
I might sign up just for the skates.
Just for the skates, eh? Give me those fucking Bowers, you assholes. I got a guy lined up. He's going to trade me a half ounce of hash. I think we should start our own church. I propose that we start the Temple of Calyx, and we start a brotherhood, a secret society. Well, it's not going to be secret anymore. All right, NSA. We're telling you about it right now.
An open secret society.
A private. Hey, look, it's Bubble Man. Oh no, it's not. Wait, yeah, it is. What's going on? What's happening? We're just talking about hashish and the Neo-Canadian Church of Hockey and Beer, and how I propose to start a new church / brotherhood, sisterhood, called the Temple of Calyx.
I like it.
Yeah. Fucking A.
Calyx.
I think it's time. I think we start a cannabis-oriented secret society so that cannabis people can thrive in business and in community, and we can regulate idiots from intelligent stoners. And also, I got a new motto. If there were more assholes, there'd be less idiots. Thanks to whoever was calling me an asshole on YouTube. It drove me to come up with that motto. So you're a great catalyst in a pretty cool thing. You should come on the air sometime and be an asshole with me. That would be super cool. You want to come be an asshole?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
I'll come be an asshole.
Come sit down and be an asshole.
Your call from Amsterdam. Should I
Woo.
grab that first?
Answer it, you fucking prick.
Amsterdam. Gotta call it.
We got bumped for Holland. Bilderbergs. Bilderbergs, man. We got bumped by the Bilderbergs.
Hey, did you notice how like the hotel they were meeting in, the Bilderbergs, looked just like the Overlook Hotel in The Shining?
It could have very well been.
I'm sure that's what Kubrick had in mind.
I bet you if you look in the credits, it was shot there.
No, it was shot in 2 different locations.
Where were they? Where were they?
One of them was in Colorado, and the other one was in England. And
Colorado, Holland?
No.
The secret Colorado?
I think
See,
it was
the Bilderbergs
Colorado.
have their
Pretty
own
sure it's
Colorado. It's that hotel.
And the sets didn't match, like the entire movie. Like
It's my own private Colorado.
There's a documentary called Room 237 and shows how the sets were all like they changed each time. So he made it more like a dream. So it's quite a
What's happening,
quite a good
Marijuana
film,
Man?
actually.
The real Marijuana Man. We've got the real Marijuana Man in the house.
Should start calling himself that. The official marijuana.
Marijuana Man OG.
This ain't OG.
So another message to Marijuana Steve. I really implore that you change your title. Please do it. I just want to get along. You know, like I said, you're a nice enough guy. You've just done some questionable things, and using that name is mainly the questionable thing. So yeah, fuck that shit, man. When you get busted and face extradition and get charged with the conspiracy to export fucking hundreds, not export, the conspiracy to cultivate and distribute hundreds of thousands of pounds of cannabis on foreign soil, then you have the fucking, you've earned the right to be called Marijuana Man. Until then, just change your fucking name, because you haven't done that, bro. Hundreds of thousands of pounds. 1.1 million? 1.1 million pounds of cannabis. Conspiracy to cultivate and distribute. That's like fucking Noriega shit. You know? That's like, you know? That's heavy duty. So, that's the real Marijuana Man. I don't know. They have to come from a very long way away. So, not sure. Yeah, so I have one thing to say. The stem could be a little wider and it could be a little taller. Other than that, it's a great pipe. What's that? All right, now what? Oh, fuck, let's roll a Seedman's Haze. Yeah.
Want to play any more videos, Al?
No, I'm done. I'm gonna actually go home. We'll see you guys later. Yeah, let's play After Forever, Black Sabbath.
Alright.
This is my favorite fucking Black Sabbath tune. We're gonna have a dance party. We're gonna roll some joints and have a dance party. Listen to Black Sabbath.
Okay, good to go.
All right. We're back?
Yes.
So yeah, we're just talking about the ancient traditions of the ultra Orthodox Jews and chicken magic.
As we do.
They are the leaders in chicken magic. A lot of people think it's it stems from other places, but chicken magic definitely comes from the ancient Orthodox, ultra Orthodox Jews. So what they do is they hold the chicken over the head of a child, and all of the child's sins will be transposed into the chicken. And then what do they do with the chicken?
Chicken goes straight to hell.
Holy, it just vanishes and goes straight to hell. Actually, they throw it in a pot. They throw it in a hot pot, and that's hell. Oh, we got to simulate hell somehow. Throw them in the pot. Put a bit of carrot in there, some potato.
I wonder how sin tastes.
Sin tastes really good. Haven't you ever heard the term sinfully good? Sin tastes awesome.
Must be pretty good chicken then.
Rice Krispie skin. Oh my God, let's fucking do a chicken with a Rice Krispie marshmallow coating. Yeah. We're going to. You heard it here first. Well, my mom's actually going to be around this weekend, my mom and dad. We're going to have a pierogi party, I think. Yeah, Saturday-ish. Sometime between Saturday and Monday they're coming in, and then they're staying for a few days, and we're going to have a pierogi party.
Cool.
Yeah, so you're invited for a pierogi party.
All right.
I'm gonna get some Carpati double smoked barbecue sausage, and we'll get that going and fucking rock some pierogies. Wonder how barbecued pierogies would be.
Absolutely killer.
All right, now we're gonna play. Let's play Drug Raid at 4 a.m.
Self stopped for some reason.
Ha! That's funny.
Yeah, sorry, the video just stopped.
He. They're like, that's enough. These guys have heard enough. Shut them down.
Strange.
So yeah, a drug raid at 4 a.m. It's no fucking fun. I'm sure a lot of people out there have been through it. Even a drug raid at noon sucks. You know? So think of 4 a.m. So, I think I'm going to rock one of these Hazes. Whoops. Hey, smell that. Does that remind you of the Big Red? It reminds me a lot of the Big Red from back home.
I guess Big Red and the Pure Haze to me were different.
Yeah, the big.
This does smell exactly like Big Red.
The Big Red was was Red's Haze crossed to that old Hawaiian,
Right.
and that's what made the Big Red.
Yeah. But it took a lot of that original haze. Like it's almost that
Livery.
Haze has it. You can see it when you look at it. Neville's Haze has it.
Yeah,
When you look
that's-
at the bud. It doesn't look like that bud. That
No.
looks like Jack.
Well, it's same kind of thing. It's a like super silver haze, right? Northern Lights skunk haze.
I get to go to Amsterdam lots, so that's where I actually get to be exposed to haze.
Yeah.
We don't have it here.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, come talk about it.
I can't hear you.
Sorry.
All right. So we were just talking about hazes, and in Winnipeg we had a really cool one that was it was known as the Big Red, and it was a haze crossed to a Hawaiian, and it had this real kind of Hollandy
It smelled just like
kind of
that.
yeah, like super silver haze, you know. Very very nice. But we were just talking about the original hazes and how like the Neville's Haze has this. It's almost metallic in a way.
Yeah, it's
Livery and metallic and a slight pheromone thing going on. I can't quite describe it.
When I smell night jasmine in Jamaica,
Mhm.
there's something in jasmine that has that same terpene as haze. I smell it in the air.
Interesting.
Yeah, and there's certain strains. You know, Renee had it. It didn't smell like haze at all. It was very
Well,
fruity. But when you
But
exhaled, Renee,
there was that livery thing on the exhale.
when you exhaled and you walked into
Yeah.
the room, people would be like, "Are you smoking haze?"
You know what's funny? When I first moved out here, the Purple Kush has changed since I moved out here. But when I first moved out here, I had a Purple Kush that I flowered it for 80 days. And when I smoked it, it had that livery hazy thing, but there was a slight coffee thing behind it.
Oh yeah.
It was interesting.
Well, one day we'll get an easy access to finding out what variation of terpenes.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone's
that's-
so obsessed with the cannabinoids.
No,
I'd really
there's
like
a-
to know about the terpenes that are present in each strain and the spikes that are going on. And
Yeah, it's the terpenes you want to start reading because there's something known as the entourage effect, and the entourage effect is the harmony between different terpenes and cannabinoids and how they affect the.
Sure. They're
the- the-
modulators.
definite
Take
modulators.
that lighter,
It's
please.
how they affect the feeling, the like psychoactive effect, and the physical effects. So terpenes are everything. Cannabinoids on their own are really actually boring. Like THC, it's boring. I've done Sativex a number of times. I used to get boxes of the bottles, and it was like, I don't know, man. It's very generic. It was like this, just a buzz with no character. So one of the things I realized like a good 10 years ago is when I first started getting into serious vaporization, like using my Steinel heat gun and getting like big rips. I started taking essential oils and mixing them with mullein. So I'd use mullein as a base, and I'd use a little bit of citrus oil and, just different kinds of, peppermint oil, all kinds of things.
Sure.
And without weed at all, you can get a buzz off of the terpenes that
Yep.
are in those
true.
essential oils.
We actually used to do it at the melting point back
Yeah.
in 2001.
Yeah, for sure. You guys were
we
right
had
on
it,
that.
We had all the different variations of herbs, and many times people got ripped off vaping other herbs. One time a guy walked in with some pure mint extract.
Oh yeah.
It was an oil, and it was like expensive. He had a tiny little vial of it, and he dropped just one drop into the volcano, and it was like magic. Like the volcano tasted like that mint for, a week plus, and being on every day, all day. You couldn't.
Yeah.
There was no washing it out.
No.
It was just incredible, and you got high from it. There
That's
was
like
this
it's
clarity.
it's like rose oil.
Yeah.
Rose oil you can get a wicked buzz from. Same with really really high
Probably
end.
why it's worth $20,000 a liter.
Yeah. Same with really
Rose
really
oil's not
high end
cheap.
lavender oil. You get such a crazy buzz.
And I extracted all those things with bubble bags and hid
yeah,
it
you guys
in my
you
bong.
guys made rose bubble, eh?
Rose bubble, yeah. There's a photo of it on our website.
How much rose did you use?
You know what?
Lots.
Not as much as I did it in a small set of bags. It was only like a 5-gallon batch, and it was my dad had gotten the roses from a contact he knew in Ecuador. They were Ecuadorian, like organic, no chemical roses.
Wow.
And they had acres and acres and acres. So he was just like, well, let's just see if we can get some essence off of these. And you can check out fullmeltbubble.com or just do a search rose essence extract bubble man. And there's a photo essay of us. We
like
used
a-
really the rose heads, not really knowing.
It's like
But when
a pink hash.
it was pink hash, yeah, and rose. It was rose hash. And when I got my microscope out, I realized that the rose petals themselves had really no trichomes on them. It was the leaves under the rose
and
that have
the young leaves.
identical trichomes.
It's like tobacco.
with pink heads.
Tobacco. If
Tobacco's
you've
gone.
ever seen tobacco grow, it's like the young leaf and the fresh bulbs have glandular heads on them.
Essential oil secreting glands. At least for every other plant other than cannabis. For cannabis, we call it hash. But every other one, it would be called essential oil secreting glands.
Yep. You know it.
And there's lots of plants that have them.
Lots. Hops, man. You can
Yeah.
make hops hash.
Oh yeah, Sante, Herba Sante, and Herba Mate, they have it. And then there's ones around my neighborhood I don't even know. I just took my macro camera out and I just started looking around and I found one with like real long and also like pinkish heads like rose.
Canada thistle has.
And I suspect
Has
there's a
trichomes.
value in those oils to be,
guarantee, like.
depending on what you do with them. In most plants, some might be, to keep insects away. Some might be to, acquire different medicinal attributes. Some might be for rashes.
I just
It's
watched a crazy thing last night. I can't remember what the hell show it was, but they were talking about these crabs, and they're one of the oldest species on Earth that hasn't evolved. Like they predate everything. They were as they were when humans came onto the scene. They were as they were when the dinosaurs died out. They were the same, and they're like this weird triangular looking shell with these legs. And what they do with these things, and it was so fucking crazy, is most of the pharmaceuticals are made using the blood of these crabs. It's a blue blood. And what they do is they harvest these things, and they have them all in these angled beds, and they're like, they kind of milk this blood out of them, and they get all of this crazy blue fluid, and then they release them back into the ocean. So because the beaches and stuff are becoming more and more populated, they're getting harder. It's harder to find these things because their breeding grounds are being destroyed. So this lady figured out how to breed them, and you just take some sand from their original breeding ground and a little bit of ocean water, and they'll breed in tanks. So now they don't have to harvest them from the ocean and release them back into the wild. They can grow them. But blood, like, so you never know what the fuck's out, like what the medicinal qualities of, some plant or some animal you see or something. It just blew my mind.
Yeah, that's a mind blower. Crab blood.
Those blue bloods.
Yes. No pun intended. Yet there it is.
Horseshoe crabs.
That's what they are, horseshoe crabs?
Yeah. This just in from Green Supreme. He was watching the show with me. Do the horseshoe crab. Old, ancient thing.
Well, you learn something every day here at Class in Session. And you don't have to remember it. That's the cool thing.
And a lot of times it's useless information.
Or useful.
Well, depending on what you're doing in life. And actually, I'm good on that. Rocks and bubble.
I'll take that bong. Have a little hit.
No problem. Grab some water. Yeah, let's play another video. Let's play. Let's see. Let's go with Persecution by the Third Power. I mean, after Drug Raid at 4 a.m., I think that's a great one to play.
Some jams.
Yeah. Third Power is an old school band. I believe the drummer went on to play with the Bob Seger system. Yeah. All right, let's rock it. All right. Third Power. Those guys fucking rock. Rock. You're gonna hit this shit again.
Oh, so who's the next good show coming to town?
Devil Driver.
Devil Driver.
That's Saturday. Also, the legendary Pink Dots at the rickshaw on Saturday too.
Really?
Yeah, that should be a crazy fucking acid infused hipster show.
Acid infused. Like the old days of the Albert.
Yeah, hey, I'm going to see the Dayglows at the zoo on fucking Thursday.
No way. That's insane.
That is insane. Dayglow abortions at the Osborne Village Inn.
Lisa washed her hair on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa washed her hair on Tuesday. Lisa washed her hair on Wednesday. Incredible Dayglow lyrics.
Yep. Hard fuck Billy, my shit stinks.
Yeah.
Holy fucking moly, my shit stinks.
Yeah. Oh, I still have the album. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey man, I go see them quite often out here. They're one of my favorite local shows to see, that's for sure.
Oh, I sure used to enjoy it. My musical.
And you know what's crazy? After hanging out with some of these Cali guys, I didn't realize what an impact the Dayglow abortions had on the
scene down there?
just the whole Cali skate punk and North American skate punk scene in general. Like, they influenced almost everybody. They were some of the originals. Pretty crazy.
Definitely walking down or taking the bus down to buy the LP at that rock shop on Portage there, close to Maine.
Records on Wheels.
Records on Wheels.
Records on Wheels.
Shout
Fuck,
out.
man. Shout out to the memory of Records on Wheels.
Yes.
That place was killer, man.
I thought so.
You know, the record shop culture is just dying out, man. When I was a kid, that was the thing. You go to, there's like a few cool record shops, and it was like a circuit on Saturday. You go start at this one because it was kind of cool, but not as cool as the rest. So you go and, and then you end up at the coolest one by, 3 o'clock and there's lots of cool people there. And like my favorite was Pyramid Records.
Yeah, Pyramid was great.
When I was a kid, like, it was pretty cool. You could go in there, and some days there'd be like Chris Houston from the Forgotten Rebels with an acoustic guitar, just drunk in the corner, rocking out like Elvis songs and stuff. I went in there and one afternoon, and the Rio Statics were there, and they were jamming the theme song for Gilligan's Island on the counter. Just cool things, and the record store culture is gone. It's
They call it the good old days. Soon from now, you'll have gray hair. And when you're telling these stories, people will be like, "Listen to that guy. He's old."
He's old. I am old. Fuck.
Yeah, I know. It's
It'd
a
be
weird
41.
thing as you get old.
Fucking
You never think it'll happen when you're 20.
right away.
You're just like, I'm never gonna let things change. I'm gonna stay cool. All of a sudden, it's just like, what? It's cool to like cut your left hand off now, or it's like I'm not like connected to what's cool anymore.
What the fuck?
With some of the youth. I try. I'll still smoke bowls with them.
Yeah. Smoke bowls and shred the slopes with them.
Sure.
See, I
there
won't do that. I just
Ever-changing things going on out there.
my old bones just won't do it. How do you do that with a fucked up back, bro?
Got a little kiss.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This design has to change a little bit. There we are. We're gonna talk to him about that.
What were you asking?
How do you shred slopes like that with 20-year-olds and with a fucked up back?
My back's not so fucked up anymore.
No?
No, it used to be. I was like pained out, headache guy.
He
seriously.
seriously had a fucked up back. Like,
Yeah. It was like an S.
all through your 20s and most part
It
of
was
your 30s, for
scoliosis,
sure.
which really is like just a name for you're fucking lazy. Sorry if I've offended you for people who have severe scoliosis, but it's true. You can just reverse that shit. I wouldn't have believed it. I spent so much money trying to get people to heal me, but
You rocked a lot of yoga. No?
Christian, yeah, my buddy Christian came over when I opened the Melting Point. He was like, "Yeah, you should come do some yoga." He'd ask me once a day for 2 years. He asked me every day, only once.
Yeah.
Never got on me, never harshed me. And one day, my head and my back hurt so much, I just went and did this. And people don't do it just for your, to give you a little bit of information out there. Hot yoga, Bikram's yoga, 115 degree Fahrenheit, 26 postures, 90 minutes. It's scary.
awesome.
It's scary.
I mean, I don't practice it.
It humble pies people right out.
But
like,
anytime I've gone, it's been like, that's fucking great.
it's a humbling experience.
Yeah.
So, 2 or 3 years of me doing it almost every day, just like my spine is straight. I don't have headaches anymore. It was key for me for sure. Cannabis is definitely medicinal and can help certain things, but you're not going to straighten your spine smoking cannabis.
No, cannabis is a great catalyst to help yourself.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I mean? It gives you the ability to open your mind to say, hey, what if I try this?
Totally.
And then you're like, oh, yeah, hey, that really worked.
Yeah, just the temperature. If people just went into a 115-degree room,
Yeah, that's,
they'd be like, I feel good already.
for real, like when I lived in Winnipeg, the last two years I lived there, I used to go to the gym like religiously. I would go 5 hours a day some days.
Sure, get the blood
and,
flowing.
you know, 5-6 days a week. I'd go 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off. It was all the time. So my workout alone was a good 2.5 hours, and then I would go into the infrared sauna with a couple
That's
20 pound weights,
Yeah.
and I would just rock like, you know, slow exercises, sometimes just holding things like this as long as you can in this really hot, and it was fucking awesome. And that's one thing I really miss, and I gotta get that back
Being
in my
active is
system.
important.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure. I mean, in the summer, like last summer I did it almost every day. This summer I was so fucking busy I didn't get a chance. But well, I shouldn't say I didn't get a chance. I did it a little bit. I put a video up of it, and I put on like 3 or 4 layers. I have this crazy Gore-Tex rain suit. I use that as the top layer, and I use hoodies and fucking.
It's like your Rocky Balboa moment.
Thermal gear. Oh, it's like yeah, and I'll go
Where you're at
rock
the top
yeah,
of the stairs?
I do exactly that. I go to the convention center, and those stairs that go to the seaplanes
Yeah.
all the way down.
Nice.
I rock laps on those, and I'll do 10 laps, and then I'll jump on my bike and I'll rip Stanley Park and do 5 or 6 rounds.
Well, the
there.
next time you do that, the last time you run up for us, you know, do this.
I will.
And you got to have the hoodie up.
I'll get somebody to film it.
Absolutely.
I'll run up and I'll exhale.
Classic Sylvester Stallone.
We'll do a quick edit, and I'll take a big hoot before the last flight of the stairs, and I'll run
And
up
then
and
exhale.
I'll just exhale.
I like it. I like it.
We'll take a video of me doing a hash rip just before I start running the stairs, and then we won't show me exhale, and then my last 10 rounds I'll come up and I'll exhale.
And then show them
It'll be
like
just like one breath.
This is crazy.
Isn't that the big red? Like it's so the same shit.
It's this nug just tripped me out.
They found a really good phenotype.
I just felt like I was in Ron Hickey's basement.
I know, dude. It's so weird. Shout out to Ron.
Always a shout out to Ron.
You fucking rock. I can't wait till you're in town and you got some time and I can get you on this fucking show to talk about some of the things that you can talk about.
Oh, it doesn't matter what you start them on. You could start them on this lighter.
I know,
Tell us
and
about this lighter, and within 3 minutes,
There's
we'll
going
be
to be
telling you
something
about
crazy.
horse breeding in Kentucky.
Oh yeah, there's some crazy
ostrich,
shit. This is a guy that got caught in he was so despised by the judicial system in Manitoba
Oh yeah.
that he got caught with under 10 pounds of weed and sentenced to like a pound per year.
The second time, yeah.
Yeah.
The second time.
But that's
The first time he got
crazy.
caught,
A pound per year
caught
is
with a
fucking
lot.
retarded.
It is. And the fact that it was a woman who was pretending to die of cancer who got him to sell her the pounds so she could get
Oh yeah, they
her-
totally framed him.
so she could get her axe murderer husband time off in prison.
Not even time off,
story.
like benefits.
Whatever, that's
know?
insane.
We'll give you more yard time.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and so that was his second sentence, and he did a total of 11 years in a prison in Manitoba for cannabis, which is pretty fucked up.
That is pretty fucked up.
It's like such an awesome guy. Like, truly, prison was a better place because he was there and less people got killed,
Oh yeah, because he was there.
but he shouldn't have been there.
Because he's such a good guy, everybody got along with him, and he was able to, get people to see eye to eye more often than not.
I.e., smoke joints with people.
Yeah, just be a cannabis ambassador.
That's it.
And what's really crazy is he did a nationally syndicated interview on the Peter Warren show. Peter Warren had this radio program and it broadcast all across Canada, and he did a syndicated radio interview from jail like without like it was a bad move. Like you're not supposed to do that.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking about how they were sneaking lobsters in and barbecuing and having a great time, and
Oh, yeah.
it was fun to be there.
Yeah, Jay Leno wanted him on the show for that very. He was
For
gonna
that
pay
very
like,
yeah.
was gonna pay like 30 G's or something, and the only reason he didn't do it was because the Winnipeg Sun, who was the interface between the prison and Leno, wanted like 75% of the cut.
Yeah. So funny. So Ronnie's a legend, and we got to get him on the show. And yeah, this really
That's
reminds me
trippy.
of Hickey.
That's trippy.
Here,
Just especially this
reminisce.
nugget.
It's so the same.
Oh, it would be so great if we could just, without even like ruining it, I want the laser terpene analysis where I can just put this in my little box there and the lasers shoot all over, and then boom, there's like a full terpene analysis on what's in these trichome heads.
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
I think there's a bit of myrcene in there. I get this slight mango fishy after smell.
It's something. It's hard to explain. All these years.
There's
of
something livery. That's
smelling
the only
and
thing I can.
smoking
It's
cannabis.
like a pheromone, livery metallic thing.
I haven't
with,
had liver or smelled liver in a while, so
It's weird.
I'm a little off what liver smells like, being a vegetarian and all.
Oh, come on, man. What about tofu liver?
Oh, tofu liver. I even stay away from
Bacon
that.
flavored tofu liver.
That's my favorite. That's my hidden.
Oh, there's a new one. All right, let's try it. I wanted to say a couple things about this. It hits really nice, but we get a little bit of backsplash. If the neck was wider with a slight tilt, we'd have a 100% on there. I'm going to.
Try this one. All right. Open her up.
What do we got here? This is from Cheech Glass. We're gonna have these guys on in a bit. I know you guys don't really want to come on camera, but we can set you up to the side. And yeah, so I'm gonna open this up, show you what's in here.
Wow.
That's a pretty nice piece. Feel the weight on that.
Interesting. Load her up with some water.
What kind of perk is that? What do you call that?
We call it wedding cake.
A what?
A wedding cake.
Wedding cake.
Wedding cake perk.
Wedding cake perk. I see it, right?
Wow, look at that.
You gotta turn it upside down to see the wedding cakes.
Oh yeah, I totally see it. It's just that's
Like a
unique.
layer, the wedding cake layer.
I dig
All
that.
these different methods of percolating has definitely been interesting.
Oh,
the
we got
last
water
5
right
years.
here. Look at that.
It's good to have water. I'll drink some of that water too.
Oh yeah. So do I fill it up from the bottom or the top?
Is this one for me to take sips of?
Yeah.
Sweet.
No, man, I want you to pour it in the top while I pour it in the bottom. No, I'm joking.
I'm not into that. That weird.
Now, how much water do I put in here?
And then what? You gotta pour some through the top, or will it suck it up to the next chamber?
Let's see. Wow. That's a nice rip.
Well, let's break it in.
Really nice. I wonder if we can put a perk within a down perk. Let's try this. Will that fit? Will that will fit?
You want another?
I just want it. Oh my God! Look at that. That's like a glove. Let's see what happens. Wow. Oh yeah. Check that out. Turn that backwards.
Percolating.
That's nice.
See how it rips.
Let's. We got to get something to put on top so we can smoke the hash out of here.
All right. What are you smoking out of your other bowl? Just ash?
Ash, but it's one of the angled bowls.
Right. Yeah, I noticed it right away. A slinger bowl.
Actually, I wonder if that'll work like this.
It used to be my bowl.
This came with my original, the first, the orange. Oh, look at that.
Yes. It was a funny one.
Do we
'cause
have bigger ones,
originally, I
actually?
had that Roer was made for Tyson. Not made for him, but he requested the colors because he was so in love with KTM. But when I showed it to him,
Is there bigger screens? No way.
he wasn't into it.
Okay, we're gonna play a video. I'm gonna run downstairs and grab a screen. We're gonna play War Pimp Renaissance. This is another Lard tune. I think in light of what's going on with the U.S. and their stance against Syria right now, which is fucking bullshit, by the way. That's it's nothing more than John Kerry making a huge arms deal and looking for a source to keep his weapons flowing. So they need another war. Yeah, that's all that fucking shit is, and it's just bullshit. What's going on? Syria is they're not. I don't know. I think the whole thing is falsified, and it's kind of a shame. So this is War Pimp Renaissance. Fuck you, John Kerry.
We're back.
All right, we're back, and we're not frozen.
No, we're not.
All right.
No freezing today.
So I'm gonna hit this piece. It's the Virgin Voyage right here. Oh, my hash shifted. Damn.
And then check my galleries from under the influence.
Wow. Yeah, this
How's
thing
that
hits well. This
Yeah?
is like, yeah. Honestly, it hits better than my Toro at home.
Nice.
Yeah. No joke. Let's try another one in here. I'm gonna load a bigger rip. Yeah, this my Toro at home really chugs and chugs and chugs, and this one hits. It's very smooth. Oh yeah. So we got we got DJ just off camera here from Cheech Glass. We have Cheech in the house. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
So these pipes. That's a pretty unique thing to come out of China.
Yeah.
Tell me
part of
about
our-
that.
Yeah, it's part of our sort of scientific range of pipes that we do. As you can see, there's sort of multiple perks in there.
There are these
Yeah.
these are a pretty unique percolator. You call this the wedding cake percolator?
Yeah, basically we do a couple of different tiers. We do like a single tier, double tier, and a 3-tier wedding cake perk. And that's our sort of name of it.
Is that in focus?
Yeah.
I'll show you how this percolates. Very smooth, no backsplash.
They couldn't really see it because the stem was in the way.
Once the drag pressure
This.
calibrated properly.
Whoops. Yeah, it's very well calibrated. It's that's what I was saying when I was just dry hitting it while we were playing that video. Is it my Toro at home really chugs, like it's like almost like hitting a Harley Davidson, you know. Whereas this, it's it rolls like it's like something on bearings, you know. It's like I guess maybe comparable to a luxury car. I don't know.
Oh, well, there you go.
Not a sports car, but like you know those the big.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm thinking yeah.
we're the Bentley of bongs.
Yeah, kind of like a Bentley, kind of like a yeah, like a Rolls, but affordable. So more like a Rolls that you got at a police auction.
Yes, that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, it hits like a Rolls Royce you got at a police auction. So something like this, it's extremely affordable. Under $300. What the fuck? That's crazy. So, how did the because Cheech comes from a jeweler's background, no?
That's correct, yes.
So how did the transition happen? Like,
Well, basically,
if you can tell his story.
Yeah, basically, it just comes down to the intricate parts of a watch, the detailing that's required to make something like a watch. Has basically just been translated into making bongs, basically. So.
Interesting. And we were talking on Class in Session or on From Under the Influence last time. You guys were on for a little bit. We were talking about this honeycomb perk.
Right.
There's a little bit of controversy about this, eh?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There's people who are like, oh, I don't know, man. I think so and so invented but late '90s, right?
Well, the thing is that these there's been lots of different ways to produce a honeycomb.
Yeah.
and we think that we've got the best way.
I think you do as well. I've hit your honeycombs, and they're a wicked thing. And when I was talking to Cheech last time you guys were in, he had said that 1998 roughly he started using the honeycomb. Is that right, Cheech? 1998? Yeah. See, there you go, and that's like that kind of predates anybody out there that's claiming honeycomb. And when you told me what it was actually originally used for, I saw it because I'm studying the manufacturing of jewelry. Like I'm learning wax carving and all of that kind of stuff. So I saw it instantly when you said that. And if you've ever looked at a custom Rolex and looked at the either the face or the edging, and have seen the detailing of the ring of diamonds or a diamond face, that's what the honeycomb perk was originally used for. Pretty amazing. That's awesome stuff. So now you've acquired access to factories in China, or you outright own them?
Access to China factory?
Like these ones are made
In my own factory.
yeah, so you have your own spot there.
Own factory, everything I own.
See, that's an amazing thing.
Yeah, we own everything outright.
That's
so
it's not like so what it's just like a lot of people, as soon as they hear it's made in Asia, they come up with all sorts of ways to try to discredit it. And I just want to say, like, it's just like how people when the sublimator first came out, people were hating on it until they started hitting them and going, this is the best fucking shit out there. And that's how I feel about this. This is, I'm telling you, man, my Toro cost me $600. And it hits like it's chunky. It's and not just that, it was very fragile. The fucking base of it cracked. Half of it cracked right off. So it's like like really, it's
When you have your own factory, you control the quality.
exactly, and that's what I want to say. It doesn't matter what country a guy decides to build a factory in or buy a factory in and employ people. If a person chooses to take a place that has cheaper taxes or a better labor force for a cheaper rate, that you can increase the rate and still make it fair for the manufacturer and more than fair for the employee.
Yeah.
And that's one thing you guys have done. That's what I want to say. Like it's almost like green initiative. Like this really supports the employee.
Yeah. To be honest with you,
The one big factory has 65 employees.
Okay, so one of the big factories has 65 employees.
yeah, I just wanted to add that we actually pay our employees very, very well, better than any of the other companies there in China. They get treated with, a lot of, they're treated very, very well.
It's not like a sweatshop,
where
where they're like,
all.
here's some rice, work for another 18 hours.
Yeah.
It's like you guys are doing an
exactly.
upstanding thing.
Yeah, because the thing is that if you treat them well, they're going to produce better quality product,
Well-
and they're happier, and everyone's a winner.
Exactly, everyone's a winner, and that's the thing. Like, to be able to deliver such an affordable piece with like impeccable quality, I really have to say this is like
Glad you like it.
it's fucking amazing quality stuff, and it's affordable to the Western world. The employees at the place are making like well more than they would make at any other company, and getting a better environment. Why wouldn't you support a company like that? It's like people look for fair trade coffee beans.
Yeah.
Let's start looking for fair trade fair trade bongs. And this is I gotta say the first one I've heard of.
Yeah.
So I don't want to cause any controversy, because I know one of the networks in which we air has an affiliation with another bong company, and I love my Roers. I have a few of them. I've got some of their very designer collaboration pieces, the ray guns and stuff. Amazing stuff, but really it's €1,000. If you want a good piece, it's €1,000. Whereas if you want a good piece, it's like 300 Canadian.
Yeah.
that one hit more better than this one. I get it.
No, they don't. They really don't. You know, I mean, they don't have these designs. They're just very basic straight tube with a well percolated downstem.
Yeah.
You know, the Ruhr Tech in USA has adopted a lot of this kind of stuff, but it's still $400 to $600 a piece.
Yeah.
You know, I bought a Ruhr Tech bubbler. It's awesome. It hits great, but I'm telling you, it's not quite as good as this. So I don't want to cause controversy with the affiliation between Be Real and Ruhr, because I love my Ruhrs too, you know. But I've got a new cousin here.
Yeah, we family, man.
This is really, really good stuff. So, what do you? Can you guys talk about, you know, some of the stuff you're working on? Are you guys working on new technology? Or
Yeah, I mean, we're coming up with some new designs, different type of percolators. We're constantly evolving.
things people haven't seen before.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely things people haven't
Awesome.
seen before, and also we're going to be doing sandblasting as well. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, we're going to be coming out with some really cool designs. Just something, we like to keep it elegant, whatever we do.
Yeah.
You know, we're not about trying to be gaudy in any way. You know, we want to keep it looking
Yeah, well,
sleek,
these, you know, it's a very slick looking piece. You know,
Yeah.
very like science gear. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Similar to the high side guys, but again, way more affordable.
Yeah.
And
This is-
the hit is superior.
Yeah, this is why we're the fastest growing glass company in Canada.
For real.
Oh yeah.
And that'll become international soon. It's like, you know, I don't know if you guys have hit any of the conventions out there yet, like
Yeah.
you know, Spain and Holland and, you know, all over the world. But that, you know, once you start really distributing on foreign soil, they'll be
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? This is serious gear.
Yeah. We've got big plans for the future. Put it
That's
that way.
awesome. See, no choke. Like that's how I gauge how well a bong hits, is how much can I load in it without getting a burn? Because sometimes it's not even about the hit was too big, my lungs choked out. Sometimes it's just too hot.
Yeah.
You know, you get a really hot burn. But I have to say, cool toke, smooth as hell. Fucking A.
Good.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Let's play Getting Together. Do we got that one?
Ready to go?
Awesome. We're back?
You're back.
All right. So that was the third power again. Yeah, it's kind of weird how some of these obscure bands have such killer music and just never had a career. It's fucked.
I love that sound.
You want to hit the shit out of this or what? Ray's gonna hit the shit out of this. What, I would suggest you try this. What do you say, Ray?
Yes, please.
Oh, that's not right, man. Alright, hang on. There you go. Now, we're getting a little bit of draft, so it's a little challenging with the beeline. You gotta, I was pulling it out and letting it catch more, more heat a bit. So we got a few more videos to rock through.
We have 8 minutes left.
8 minutes, okay, well, we're just gonna end with, I would say, fuck, let's end with Genesis.
Okay.
Okay, this is old school Genesis. This is
Beautiful.
not
Thank
not
you.
like the shitty Genesis.
Thank you.
This is one of their heavier tunes. It's called The Knife, and it's I don't know, like somewhere between 71 and 72, I think. Ripping song, and fucking A, I want to say thanks to everybody for tuning into Class in Session. And if you're watching it in the archives, thanks for watching. Drop us a line, classin666 at gmail.com. And thanks to Cheech Glass for providing me with such a beautiful tool to get rocked on. That's fucking wicked. I'm going to take that with me on my travels. And yeah, thanks to Pot TV, thanks to Be Real TV. Thanks to Bubble Man for popping in quick. Thanks to everybody. So if you're in Vancouver, 307 West Hastings, buy a bong, come upstairs and smoke it. Peace out. This is The Knife.
Tell me my life is about to begin. Tell me that I'm a hero. Promise me all of your violent dreams. Light up your body with anger. Now we'll save the world. It's time to destroy this evil. Now will I give a word. Get ready to fight for your freedom. Now. Stand up and fight, for you know we are right. We must strike at the lies that will spread like disease through our minds. Soon we'll have power, every soldier will rest, and we spread out our kindness to all who our love now deserve. Some of you are going to die, martyrs of course to the freedom that I shall provide. I'll give you the names of those you must kill. All must die with their children. Carry their heads to the palace of old. Hang them high, let the blood flow now in the sunny world. Break all the chains around us now. The crusade has begun. Give us a land with the heroes now. Stand up and fight, for you know we are right. We must strike at the lies that are spread like disease through our minds. Soon we'll have power, every soldier will rest, and we'll spread out our kindness to all who our love now deserve. Some of you are going to die, martyrs of course to the freedom that I shall provide.